Hello and welcome to another episode of the C4 Corvette Diary Martin's Rebuild channel. Today I'm going to replace the blower motor on my C4 Corvette, and the reason behind that is that my actual blower motor started to sound like this. So as you can see, the blower motor started to rattle, and I guess it's just a matter of time when this blower motor will stop working permanently. So I decided to replace it as the part of the preventative maintenance. So stay tuned and let's go to the car and fight with the nuts and bolts. So here are a few things I'm going to need for this project. Good thing is to have the hydraulic jack, a pair of gloves, silicone grease, contact cleaner, obviously new blower motor, T30 Torx wrench and 10mm wrench. First and best thing to do is to turn the wheel to the right to get to the 3 T30 bolts that are located in here. Out. Another step is to turn the wheel back to the fully left. And now I'm going to loosen all the 10mm bolts that are located on the rear wheel well. So I'm going to release these two, this one, this one, this one. Then I'm going to release those three. And one remaining. This one needs to be released too. All of those 10mm bolts has to be only released. I'm not going to remove them completely, I'm just leaving them on the last thread. After I left all 10mm bolts on last few threads, I completely removed two 7mm rocker panel bolts. Once all of the bolts are loosened or removed, now I'm going to remove the blower motor from the assembly. First I'm going to disconnect the connector, then I'm going to remove those 7mm screws that are holding it in place, and we have one, two, third one, fourth one, and now we can see the fifth bolt is located in here. So let's remove them all. For better entrance and healthier back, I've been using a floor jack. Save your back and use the jack. Now all of the 5 7mm bolts had to go out to remove the blower motor assembly. Now I need to remove the vent tube from the motor, and this can be done easy by just pull it. Small extensions are very useful for remove those 7mm bolts in here. Now I can nicely remove the blower motor without fully removing the footwell. Just when the footwell is loosened, all the bolts are loose, I can remove the fan motor. Just like that. And here we are. So here we got the OEM blower fan motor, but now it started to squeak. And it can't be here on the camera, but it's squeaky, so I decided to replace it. And here's my replacement. Continental PM137, and here it is. You can see that these two things are almost identical. Before I put the new motor in, let's take a little bit of pigtail cleaning and seal lubing with silicone grease. Alright, and now let's put the new Menza-like piece inside. As you can see, I sprayed it to the matte black to match underhood space. Now let's put it back to where it belongs. The motor needed a little more persuasion to go into its new home. This was the while when loose fender well was important. I simply pushed the well against the wheel until the motor fell into the place. Alright. Then the assembly process came in. First with 5 7mm screws from blower motor housing. Then I plugged back the vent tube and blower motor connector. And now let's finish the fender panel bolts. When it came to fender panel and wheel panel bolts, I simply used a reversed process. You can find the whole process if you play backwards the disassembly part of a video. Now the test time came. On the highest speed it blows much more air than before. Even with the car turned off. Well, I guess the mission is complete. Oh, what a lovely sound. No rattling, no noises. And so this was another note to my C4 Corvette diary. The new blower motor runs much better than the old one, blows much more colder or hotter air into the car, and it's smoother and quieter, which was my main goal as the part of the preventative maintenance on my C4 Corvette. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button near the subscribe button to get the new notifications on new videos. Thanks for watching and see you next week, guys!